this might be a bit of a trigger question, actually. Uh, do you, from your own opinion, think that the SMMA space is too full, or is it a case of there's not enough quality and sustenance within the numbers?
I don't think it's too full, no. And I think it's an interesting question. I think that we have to compare ourselves to another industry that's been around longer than us, like web design, for example. Another service-based business, but web design agencies still launch every single year and have a lot of success, right? So the web design agencies have been around since the birth of the internet, as soon as people were able to make websites. And they still can have a lot of success through launching just by making sure their branding is right, making sure that they're hitting the right audiences, maybe they have a different subsection. Now, the thing that people overlook with digital marketing when they think that this is an industry that could potentially get saturated is the fact that the whole world is awake now to online e-commerce, especially considering what's just happened in the last year or so, right? People are shitting themselves, people are realizing they need some kind of online business model. All of these brick and mortar businesses that didn't have some kind of online model are trying to scramble for online options. I personally know so many brick and mortar businesses who are now launching new online divisions of their companies, like countless amounts. And so whilst new marketing agencies are starting up, there is a huge number, a colossal number, way more than the amount of marketing agencies of companies that are starting online. And so the target audience and the potential customers is increasing exponentially, way beyond what marketing agencies are. And also, I'm not afraid to say that there's only a tiny percent of the people that start a digital marketing agency are successful. And is that because the industry doesn't work? Absolutely not. It's because people can't be asked. People were too lazy. People will start, they get a couple of rejections, a couple of cold calls. I couldn't count the amount of times I get a message from someone saying, hey, Jordan, like I tried SMMA, I watched a couple of your videos and it didn't work. I'm like, okay, cool, man. How many people did you reach out to? And like 20 people. I'm like, even 100 or 200 people. It's like, you're wasting, like, I'm not even like, what are you even doing? Like you cannot expect to have success like that. And it does really frustrate me when I see other people who are like competitors of ours or whatever in any kind of educational space that makes it seem that success is easy, because it simply isn't. And you do need resilience and you do need to put the work in. But to answer your question in a roundabout way, no, digital marketing is not saturated, because at the end of the day, there will be thousands and thousands of people who will try and start agencies, but again, thousands and thousands of people will fail because they can't be asked to put in the work.
Perfect answer. That's exactly the response I assumed that you were going to give anyway. But there's never, obviously, drop shipping was the thing. It was the online digital nomad thing that everyone was doing, and it kind of had its drop off and it's kind of faded away. But what we found was a lot of people that were in the drop shipping space were positioned well enough that they could transition to being digital marketers and having agencies. Do you see a time where this might drop off, like drop shipping, or is it a completely different ball game we're playing here, where this is the long run and there might be different aspects that change, but social media marketing as a whole is here for the long run?
I think that SMMA as we know it will drop off the face of the earth. I think SMMA as SMMA as a term, as a business opportunity will drop off. I think that naturally people will just realize, the real people who are professional in this industry will realize that this isn't some Tai Lopez based business model which can be grouped together with things like drop shipping and whatever. We're talking about a digital marketing agency. We're talking about a modern digital agency, and that will always be around. Like, no matter what the service is, whether it's Facebook, whether they implode, whether it's TikTok ads, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's voice search on Google, there will always be room for a digital marketing agency. And so I think that SMMA, as this popular craze that a lot of young kids are searching for and kind of seeing on all the YouTube videos and whatever, I think that will drop off. But I think digital marketing agencies will always be around.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, is like, I think a lot of people, especially clients or prospective clients, is part of their dubiousness is kind of they don't see it as a real sustainable asset to their business. They see it more as a trend and a fad that's going to fade out. Do you think that there's any particular way to word a response to people and to clients of how this actually is here for the long run and why it's so important to them and beneficial?
Well, I think we just simply need to bring it back to what it is we're actually doing. Okay. I think if a business owner said that to me, okay, I say, no worries. Okay. So what are you spending your money on at the moment? Where are you getting your customers from? We're spending X amount on print media, or we're spending X amount on this, or we're doing this, on this, that, and the other. Okay. So it's like, so I could get you X amount of customers, or I could reach you X amount of people. We can do a very simple search on Facebook. We can look at £5 spend on a random audience, and we can see roughly how many people we're going to reach. Okay, you could pretty much guarantee you're spending £1,000, you're going to reach a couple of hundred people, a couple of 100,000 people at a minimum. And so I challenge any business owner to come to me and say that they're getting more or more effective cost per reaching 1,000 people on any other platform than social media, okay, regardless of whether it's Facebook, Google, or whatever that may be. So I think we bring it back to what it is. It's not about social media marketing or digital marketing as being a fad. It's about, we're literally putting you in front of thousands of people for thousands of pounds less than what you're paying at the moment. And that's all a business owner needs to know that it's a worthy service for them. I think my first ever client, in fact, it was the restaurant client, and they had literally just spent £800 on one of these big T-boards. It's like a V which goes on a roundabout. Spent £800, yeah, and it got vandalized the month after they put it up. And so it's completely untargeted. Cost £800. They wasted the money after a month, and it's just everybody in the city seeing it. And I was like, within £800, I literally could have got you to reach every single person in the city 2 times over. And that for them was the instant sell. It's like, okay, shit, like what are we doing with our time? And I think some business owners really need to hear that.